Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I wanted to do is, as you probably, if you are a Cleveland sports fan like myself, you would have seen that the Cleveland Guardians are pretty much 40 ounce pounds. They are done, finito. Their season's over. At the time of recording this, it is September 22nd. So obviously right now they're, I believe, like 8 to 9 games back on the Twins with about 8 or 9 games to go. So obviously the Twins just need to win one game at the time of recording this to win. So their season's over. What I wanted to do is I went ahead and made some notes of things that kind of went wrong throughout the season, and I want to kind of go through, break down everything that went wrong this season, and at the very end, I'm going to kind of give a quick summarization of what this team needs to do in the offseason if they want to bounce back next season. As always, if you're going to enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now let's go ahead and start off with some of the reasons of why this team didn't work. Well, let's start off with the one big reason. And the reason that a lot of, even the commentators, they pretty much said this was holding them back throughout the course of the entire season and even a little bit of last season. The batting lineup has almost no power besides Josh Naylor and Jose Ramirez. Other than that, there's like no power. The only two power guys that you can kind of say were power guys was Rosario and then Oscar Gonzalez. Gonzalez had his trouble throughout the entire year, back and forth from AAA to the majors, and Rosario, they traded away to the Dodgers. When you don't have power in your lineup, that means limited home runs, limited big time doubles, and all you're really doing is just hitting singles, ground balls, and that doesn't win you a lot of games. It's a cheap way of playing. Now, did Cleveland play that way all of last year and made the playoffs? Yes, it was because it was a different style of ball that teams just weren't expecting in this day and age of where everybody's just trying to hit nukes, hit bombs, and teams weren't really expecting that. Now they had the whole season last year to expect what to see out of Cleveland. They adjusted, and they shut them down this year. Going into the offseason, I think Cleveland's going to need to make power a big-time focus point that they're going to need to go after. They need to go after either whether it's in their farm system down in the triples and double A's, or if it's through the free agency, or maybe even in the draft. They need to look at big-time swinging batters. And I'm not saying going after somebody that's going to be hitting 30, 40 home runs. It's just some of the players they have, they need to go after guys that can hit nukes at least once every 10 to 15 games. I mean, looking at our roster, over like 85% of our guys don't even have 10 home runs. And I mean that because I'll put it on screen. You can see right there, Jose Ramirez currently at this time has 24 home runs. Josh Naylor has 17 home runs. Jimenez has 13. Bell, not even on our roster anymore. He's the 4th leading home run hitter. I will say Bo Naylor, he really has shined. I mean, you can see right there through 61 games played, 9 home runs. Seeing if he would have played a whole 162 games, or even say he sat out a few games, say 150 games, he could pretty much have at least 20, 25 home runs. So I'm hoping going into next season, they're going to keep him, whether it be catching or designated hitter. He'll still be in the lineup, and he can be another power hitter for us. When it comes to the rest of the guys, I don't really expect a lot of power out of Quan. I just expect him to get on base, whether it's a single or a walk. That is fine by him, stealing bases. That's his specialty. Calhoun came in as a kind of replacement for Josh Naylor there for a little bit. He was able to really start hitting some nukes, getting on base, hitting doubles. That was something he was really good at. But after that, everybody else in this lineup is mainly just singles, walks, and hitting little dribblers and hoping for an error. Now let's get on to the next thing. Injuries. I kind of touched on it a little bit just here in the last segment. Josh Naylor went down for, I believe it was like a month and a half. He had the injury going on. We had to bring in I believe Cole Calhoun. He started at first base there for a while. He did okay. He did his thing. But not having Josh Naylor out there, especially whenever he went down, I believe we were like 60 and 62, 61 and 62. We were like right there in that midway point. We were battling with the Twins for that first place spot in the division. I think the second he went down, this team just went flat. It's almost like that was the last gas for this team. And once he went down, we had no life left. The other injuries that kind of hurt us, we had a couple of pitching injuries that happened with us. From the very beginning of the season, Tristan McKenzie had I believe an elbow surgery or an injury that happened with him. I don't really understand the injury because he was out almost the entire season. I've seen here lately that he's getting some work down in the Triple A's, and then he, like every other game, is like he's up there on the Major League roster in the bullpen, or not really in the bullpen, in the dugout, just sitting there talking with the guys, having fun. And it's like, what is wrong exactly with you, and what is the diagnosis? How long is it going to be? Because in the 2022 season, this dude was an elite pitcher for us. Now it seems like all he is just a cheerleader. Not having him out there, that kind of hurt us a lot, because with having him out there, it was like that was our elite kind of 1-2 battle, especially with Shane Bieber as well. He also was hurt quite a while. or quite a bit here towards like the midway to the end point of the season. He's not really been himself pitching. The whole pitching lineup has not been itself this year. And I guess that's a good transition to the next segue, or nice segue into the next point I want to talk about. This pitching, this bullpen, they are just not what they were last year. We almost expected elite pitching out of this bullpen after what we saw last year, because that was what the bullpen carried us. We expected our starting pitchers to get us about 5 or 6 innings, bullpen come out there and just shut it down, because our hitters, we knew were not that good. We expected our hitters to at least get 2, 3, 4 runs, and then the bullpen to just hold them to like maybe 1 or 2 runs the rest of the game. This year, it seems like our starting pitchers sometimes will shut them down, but then the bullpen comes out there and they just blow a lead. Or times where maybe the starting pitcher allows like 6 runs, but then here's the bullpen shutting them down and our batting is not good. I don't really understand what it is with the pitching. I just hope they can fix it by next year. And I don't think it's the coaching issue, because the pitching coach for the Cleveland Guardians, Coach Willis, I believe he's a really good coach. He seems like he knows what he's doing out there. Whenever he goes out there and talks them down, he's able to get his kind of pitchers. It's like, okay, calm down, you're good. Gives them a nice little set of pitches to kind of go through, and they can always get the batter out. So I don't really think it's the coaching that's the issue. It's just something with the pitchers themselves. I don't think they're putting the correct pitchers out there against the correct batters, if you get what I'm saying. Another issue that kind of had everybody kind of puzzled, Oscar Gonzalez. Oscar Gonzalez, if you do not know, he was the one that was the savior last year in the divisional round game against the New York Yankees. He hit the line drive up the middle that was a game-winning double, or game-winning single, the 2-run single that helped us go up 2-1 against the New York Yankees. He also hit the game-winning home run to send us to the divisional round against Tampa Bay Rays. This year coming in, we expected him to be another, not really even big-time hitting home runs every single game. At least we didn't expect that. We knew he had the home run ability. We knew he had the bat. But it's like at the first 20 games of the season, he was just flat. Like, there was no pop off that bat at all. Management understood that. They sent him down to the Columbus minor league team. He looked pretty good down there. But then it's like every time they brought him back up, he went kind of flat. Send him down, he does good. Bring him back up, he goes flat. I think they're trying to tweak his mechanics, seeing what he's doing good down there. Like, is he just a really good hitter against the weaker competition? It's just this top tier competition he's still adjusting somehow. I don't understand it. Somebody tell me in the comments, because it seems like whenever he comes up to Cleveland to play in the Guardians roster, I don't see a single highlight from him. The second he goes back down there to Columbus, it's like first game. Check out Oscar Gonzalez, home run. 2 more things I want to talk about. The trade deadline. What the fuck were we doing? We traded away Josh Bell to the Miami Marlins. I think Josh has actually been doing not the best down there, but he's been doing average. He's been doing about the same as what he did with us. We traded away Rosario to the Dodgers. And same thing with Josh Bell. Rosario, he's not doing incredible with the Dodgers. He's still doing a pretty average kind of job. But it seems like the average jobs that they're doing is a lot fucking better than what we got going on right now. And then the pitcher that we traded away, Aaron Saval, that was probably the blow that took us down. Because I ain't gonna lie, he's doing pretty good with Tampa Bay. We traded him away to Tampa Bay for, I believe it was Calhoun or somebody else. I think it was a minor league prospect, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's doing really well down there in Tampa Bay. That's 3 players that, yes, they're kind of average players. But if you watch the movie Moneyball, I don't care if they're all somewhat okay. You put that together, that makes one pretty damn good player. Last thing I want to go and touch on. Every single game, I want to say out of the 162 games, I'd say at least 130 to 140 of the games all went down to like the near wire. And when I say down to the near wire, I mean like 8th inning, 9th inning, whether it was the extra innings, it was always down to the wire of whether we won or we lost. It was right down to the wire. It was never like just kill us in the beginning and let us die early, or let's just beat them up early and let's have a nice game. Let's feel good going forward. It always felt like it was like 4-0 in the first inning. Maybe it looked like it was done for. Then we come back. Then they'd score a run. Then we come back more. It's like you didn't get a chance to breathe. And it's like you watch a lot of other teams, like say the Astros, the Dodgers, the Orioles have been doing here really well lately. The Rays. A lot of these teams, they're able to just go out there and beat up the Braves. Like I forgot to mention them. These teams are able to go out there, beat up on their opponents. They can cruise to a victory. They feel good. They're having fun in the dugout. The Guardians aren't allowed to have fun, it seems like. Now that I think comes more from coaching. Coaching is trying to they're trying to be nice to the other coaches. They don't want to beat up on them because maybe they're friends with the coach. Fuck that. Beat up on an opponent. Now going forward, do I think Cleveland can kind of fix some of these things going into next year? I think they can. Will they? That remains to be seen. But other than that, that's all I got to discuss for today's video. It's been a sad season for the Cleveland Guardians, but moving forward, hopefully they get better. If you did go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you do drop a like. It's always appreciated if you do so. If I missed any details or anything that I should have been mentioning here in today's video, or you want to kind of add your second thought into what you kind of think about the whole entire season, how you think it went, leave a comment down below. Be more than welcome to read it, talk about it, chop it up, debate anything you have to say in the comments. If you are new to the channel and you're a fan of Cleveland sports, whether it be Guardian sports, Brown sports, Cavaliers sports, Ohio State fan, I talk all that sorts of sports stuff here on the channel. If you want to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button, don't forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post a new video here on the channel. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.